Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, the 28th day of October. October, as we are sailing through week 83-84. We're flying. We're over the hump. We're almost there. We're flying our way through Rocktober, people. Rocktober is where we're flying through. Woo! How are you flying through Rocktober? How are you feeling tonight? Tell me about your day and what you are grateful for. What are you grateful for in your world? Tell me about it. It is a good day to have a good day. I can't believe it's we're at the end of October already. We are at the end of October. But what is happening in your world? It was not as productive day as I would have liked. I would have liked a little more productivity out of me, but hey, tomorrow is another day. And I got some fun spreadsheets to work on tomorrow. We are broadcasting live on both Facebook and YouTube tonight. I don't have the disco ball on tonight. No red screen tonight. The Russians must not be hacking me. I am just wearing red. But if you have any problems with Facebook or Meta, as they now want to be known, you can hop right on over to YouTube. Cassandra's got the link there for you in the show comments. Hey, Barb, great to have you here live from Pittsburgh tonight. I hope all is well with you today. I hope you're having a fabulous day. I do. It is great to have you here tonight. What are you grateful for today, Barb? I hope the register's been ringing in Rocktober. The register is ringing for Rocktober, people. Because the best is yet to come. It is. The best is yet to come. We are going to get there. We are. There is lots of good left in this month. There is lots of good left in this year. And more good yet to come. I'm going to get started tonight with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we roll every night. Tonight is no different. Tonight we are on page 56. 56, I tell you. Oh, this is the one I don't like. Good morning, you Russian nesting dolls. You carry so many versions of yourself around inside of you. Take a seat. Chill for a minute. There you go. I hate those Russian nesting dolls and all the little pieces and everything else. They drive me nuts. We get them in a lot. They drive me nuts. Does anybody know what the Volstead Act is? The Volstead Act was passed on this day. The Volstead Act was passed many, many moons ago. More than 100 years ago. Anybody know what that is? That's your day in history, people. I gotta work in a little fun here, even though it's not trivia night. I gotta have a little bit of history with you. It is always good to have a little bit, It keeps our mind sharp. And I want to keep your mind sharp. We'll come back to this. That's my main topic tonight. I am not in order tonight. Hey, Kitty, great to have you here. Kitty's a good history buff. She might know what the Volstead Act is. That passed on this day a long time ago. Hey, Adele and Dazzle are here. Dazzle, it is treat time, I tell you. It is great to have you all here. But that's my impromptu trivia is on this day in a while ago, the Volstead Act was passed. You don't. I'm going to educate you tonight. I'll give me a minute. Question. I will tell you about another act that is little known. Hang on a second. The Robinson-Patman Act. The Robinson-Patman Act is another act that is rarely known. It is an 85-year-old antitrust law designed to protect small and independent businesses from price discrimination. Hey, Rose, how are you? How are you? Great to have you here live. And the Main Street Competition Coalition is wanting the Federal Trade Commission to enforce this act against Walmart, Amazon, and others. That the largest retailers and suppliers are abusing anti-competitive tactics that could leave small businesses without access to markets or key goods and services as the nation's supply chain crunch worsens. As a result of unprecedented levels of concentration, small and medium-sized businesses are increasingly subject to discriminatory terms and conditions, including less favorable pricing and price terms, less favorable supply, less favorable retail packaging, and sometimes an inability to access products in short supply that are available to their competitors. The Robinson-Patman Act hasn't been enforced in more than 20 years, and as a result, we've seen behaviors in markets that favor the largest players and harm the smallest grocery stores and wholesalers and stores. And use their leverage to get first dibs. First dibs! You know? I like first dibs. And access to customers. So, and same in the pharmacy industry. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. I don't know that that's going to get far with the FTC, but we'll see. I love it. I love that you're selling Halloween costumes that people aren't going to get till November for the ones they ordered. Yeah, I noticed our rack racks getting thinner. We probably are down to, I don't know how many feet. I'll look tomorrow. To see what it's at. But I noticed people just buying gobs, just getting them, and I could see that on the security camera. When people are just buying them and throwing them in the cart, and you know that it's more than our end of season demand. It's more than our end of season demand. So that is not a. I'm happy to take their money. But you're going to see that throughout. You are going to see that well into next year. We actually had that recently with somebody buying jeans. Well, I can buy jeans for this at Target, this price, but Target didn't have any jeans in their kid's size, so you can't buy them at Target. We had that the other day, and I want them for less. Well, that's nice. We have jeans, Target doesn't. Supply chain people. Supply chain, we have product. So that is a true thing. Gap and Walmart are cozier with their new furniture collection. They launched a home line in June, and now they're introducing a furniture collection dubbed Gap Home Furniture. The collection features more than 150 pieces of furniture, such as couches, TV stands, headboards, and rugs, with prices going from $50 to $629. It will feature contemporary furniture styles inspired by Scandinavian, mid-century, and modern design. Is part of the partnership. Wages, people, wages. I've talked about it a bunch, and you're going to be talking about it. It's not going away, and this is where we get into efficiency and how we have to become more efficient. I had a long conversation with someone today about levels of efficiency and how we continue to level up. The need to level up has never been greater. And when you have announcements like this, where Costco and Starbucks are both bumping wages yet again, Costco's increased its starting wage to $17 an hour. And by the summer of next year, Starbucks will average $17 an hour for its non-salaried workers with a $15 minimum wage. And that's after in February, Costco had previously announced in February that they were going from 15 to 16. And Starbucks is giving referral bonuses of $200 to employees who bring in applicants. And so, but this is all part of the rise in wages, the wage inflation. But it's also allowing, to look and get better talent, but you have to make your systems better. And we will continue to talk about ways to make your systems in your store better, ways to use technology better, ways to cut out steps. We will continue to talk about that, because if we aren't talking about it, you're not going to be able to do it. And all you're going to do is see your wages rise and eat into your sales. So you're going to lose money. And I don't want any of you losing money. But hang on. I will give you a moment to get out your Kleenex. I mean, this next thing I have to tell you about is going to make you a little sad. So get out the Kleenex, have them handy. Dazzle might need an extra treat because of the horror of the next thing I have to tell you. Amazon missed on earnings, missed on revenue, and is warning that its costs are going to go through the roof in the fourth quarter. Their net income fell by more than $3 billion from a year ago. I mean, they earned $6.3 billion in the third quarter a year ago, and only $3.2 billion this year. And it's the biggest percentage drop in more than 4 years. They also warned of a less than jolly fourth quarter. Their costs have been massive. Amazon has been buying planes and trying to fly stuff in so that they would be the one that has the inventory and do all this stuff. But all that costs money. It's cheaper to put it on a boat. And all the money. So, that is very important. That's not what I wanted to cover. Oh, I love our quote from Simon tonight. Our quote from Simon tonight is teach only if you're willing to learn. Teach only if you're willing to learn. I am so willing to learn. That Amazon's raising wages. Their costs are going up. Their cost of their trucks is going up. Their cost of everything is going. It's the same thing you're having. They just have more cushion to absorb it. Okay, they have Wall Street to help them absorb it. They have more cushion to absorb it than you do. So I talk about these things not because I want you. How is Jeff Bezos going to eat dinner tonight? Okay, how will he feed his family? Okay, and his mistress and everything else. I am not telling you these stories to elicit sympathy about Amazon. But I am telling you them because if they are having these issues, you are having these issues. Your costs are going up. Your profit is going up. I had this with one store I was with today. I'm like, are you sitting on a pile of cash? I haven't gone through your numbers recently, but are you sitting on a pile of cash that I don't know about? And, your expenses everybody's expenses are going up. Okay, the cost of doing everything is higher, and as we head into the winter heating season, that's expected to be exorbitant. So, costs are going up. So that you either have to increase sales, okay, you have to increase profit margins, You have to decrease expenses someplace else. These are just the basics of it. Okay, these are just the basics of it. You have to offset it somewhere. Higher revenue, lower expenses someplace else. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Amazon's got a big cushion. You don't have that cushion. So I tell you these stories now so that you mentally start preparing. What could I do differently? Could I change my thermostat 1 degree in the store and nobody would notice? Okay, but that might save you 4% off your bill. Okay, can I skip one step with sorting or pricing? Can I have my customers put things on hangers? Whatever it is, okay? Can I diversify and do furniture, furniture smalls or whatever? These are all things that we need to continue to discuss and continue to run through your head so that you are better, so that you are a better operator, so that you are stronger. You are stronger. But that is why we teach only if you're willing to learn. I like that. I like that a lot there. The Volstead Act. The Volstead Act, just for my history buffs out there, was the act that enforced prohibition. Passed on this day in 1919. That is not the reason I did not make a bourbon cider tonight. It's just I haven't gotten back downstairs to do it. There will be one right after this show. With dinner. Our friends at the Equal Opportunity Commission, the U.S. Equal Opportunity Commission, have updated their guidance related to exemptions to the COVID-19 vaccine requirements. So the EEOC has updated their guidance, and so this is government policy that requirements due to sincerely held religious beliefs and enables employers to question the sincerity of the religious belief. Previously, the EEOC mandated that employers may only do so in the rarest of circumstances. The EEOC's action is a recognition that employers continue to deal with endless requests for religious exemptions, many of which are not bona fide. And these requests will only increase in number and complexity once the official OSHA emergency temporary standard is put into place. So the fact that the EEOC is now saying, yeah, you can question. It's okay that you push back on that is not a bad thing for businesses and organizations. So I don't think that is a bad thing. Not at all. Okay. So continuing our topics this week, I did need to talk again about the PPP just for a brief minute tonight, because what to do if you got your decision from the SBA, and I haven't had one of these yet. I haven't had somebody with one of these yet, but I know I will, because because of the mistakes that I know have happened on applications. And so I mention it that there is now a formal appeals process. So there is now a formal appeals process to an SBA decision on your PPP loan, should it not come back the way you want. And you're able to, in most circumstances, to not pay on your PPP while you're appealing, but there is a limited window, and that's really the important part of this. So you can't sit on it. So like if your PPP is denied for the full amount of forgiveness that you wanted, okay, or that you thought you were going to get, and most of those have been clerical errors. They really have. And the good thing is most of them have been caught at the bank before they got submitted to the SBA. But just the way things are and the way the forms are, there have been a lot of technical errors. And the biggest one is the two fields that I've talked a lot about this week, which is the amount spent on payroll and the requested amount of loan forgiveness. And, the amount spent on payroll can be less than 100%, but in almost all circumstances, you want 100% loan forgiveness. And people are messing up that second field for the amount of requested loan forgiveness. They're putting their amount they spent on payroll, let's say 70%, on a $10,000 PPP. And then they're saying, so they're saying $7,000 on a $10,000 PPP. And then over in the forgiveness column, they're saying $7,000 again, instead of saying $10,000. It's a simple clerical mistake, but it's a mistake. On some of the bigger loans, there are, issues with paperwork and everything else. But the big thing is that your window is a 30-day window from your approval that you didn't want. And that's when you have to file your first thing. So I'm not expecting a huge issue with the groups and the people that I work with all of you that tune in regularly. But I know somebody's going to have this issue that we're going to have to file an appeal. And the clock, like my cousin Vinny's biological clock, the clock ticks really, really fast on this. So it's ticking and ticking and ticking. Okay, I dated myself there. But hey, you've got to do it quick if you're going to do it. And the process is slightly different depending on where you applied for forgiveness. If you applied for forgiveness directly with the SBA, your appeal is directly through the SBA. If you applied for forgiveness with your bank, you have to start with your bank. So it is a process, but it is not originally it was going to be all decisions were final under the original rules and everything else. And so they have created this process. Is it going to be perfect? No, but I don't expect most of you to get caught up in it. Actually, I expect one or two, okay, and that'll be a friend of a friend, okay, that had a problem that somebody refers me to. You should call Neil. I get those calls. And so just be aware of that. I wanted to cover that. Hey, Sylvia, great to have you here live tonight. Nice to have you. Hope all is well with you. It is great to have you here. So know that's the case, okay, that there is a path should your PPP not be forgiven for the whole thing. There is a way to do it. It is a little bit weedy, and so I'm not going to get into the weeds on it because 98% of people are not going to need it, but they're going to know somebody that needs it. And that's why I'm talking about it, okay? Because you're going to know somebody, and when you need to know somebody, we can help them through that, but because it's a little weedy. But the biggest thing is time. Time is not on your side. You got 30 days. And, we all know what happens at your desk and in your store and everything else. And 30 days goes by just like that. I mean, look at this. We're at the end of October. People. It goes by fast. It does. It just flies. Time. There's not enough of it. So enjoy the time we have. So I wanted to bring you up to date on that because that's a little new. And I do want to keep you up to date. You know what else? This video and everything I talk about goes over to narts.org/resale strong by noon the next day. Noon, I tell you, all the files, all the links, everything, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yeah, you know what you can do? Ring the bell so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with all your friends in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody make it to the other side. Yoga, thank you for yogaing for us. You'll catch the replay. Have a good one, Kelly. Great to have you here. I'm here every night at More 8 Than Ish live in the Narts private Facebook group and streaming on YouTube. But if you have a question in between, just email me, Neil, Neil at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. Boy, I put it back in the wrong spot. I'm like, where did I do with the book? We start it with the Good Morning, Good Night book. That's how we roll. Tonight we're on page 56. Good morning, you Russian nesting dolls. You carry so many versions of yourself around inside you. Take a seat. Chill for a minute. Our good night tonight is good night, you Russian nesting dolls. Stack them up and pack them in. You contain multitudes. There's your graphics, everybody. Hey, Heidi, when did you sneak in behind the curtain there? Great to have you all here. I am Neil Simpson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah, something in a cornfield in Iowa. I don't know. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I'm going to be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8 10-ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running this store. Have a great night, everybody. No prohibition here. Cider and bourbon coming up and dinner. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.